So last video I left it at basically contemplating whether or not to attack this fleet with what amounts to basically a civilian fleet, basically siege ships and a couple of attacking ships. I am actually going to do that coming up, I believe, even though they're definitely stronger on the attacking side. The fact that they are only short range and I can have an extra flotilla because of my numbers, I think I can do well against them in combat. I do have a lot of hit points and defense, of course. So I'm going to be doing that coming up. Before I do though, it's actually been a development since the last time I recorded, which is a couple of days ago, the last video. So Amplitude has brought out a balance mod for Endless Space 2. And what it basically is, I think what they're going to be doing in future is basically bringing out mods for people to optionally use instead of maybe the preview versions that they were doing via the beta properties tab in Steam. You have to use Steam Workshop for the mods, and basically this mod is a look at the next patch, just what they're planning. So there's been quite a few changes in that. Because it's a mod, I'm not really going to be able to use it at this point in the game, and we are quite close to the end, but it's going to change laws and how approval works in the next patch, I believe. They have made some changes to the hero skills within that mod, and I've decided to actually port over the file from that mod into this game now rather than wait. Basically, they actually changed the Infallible Authority skill to a newer version, and since I'm already using the mod for that, I might as well use the proper version that they're planning on using. So if we come into my heroes, we can take a look at it. So what they've basically done to it, the old version was 50 per population on planets per hero level. They've removed the hero level. When I actually modded my game, I did try to actually do that, but couldn't figure out how to do it. I was trying to do one line of text for it, and the way that Amplitude had done it is just do a line for each FIDSI type, so it's not as elegant as I was trying to do. But yeah, this is basically what they've changed it to. They've actually made, there's one other skill change that I know of, and it could be more within this balance mod that they've changed, and that is to Vox Populi. They've actually nerfed this by half the production, so it's now 20% per skill point instead of 40% per skill point. So I used to get 80% from this, and now I'm getting a lot less. So if we take a look in my systems to see how things have been affected, well, actually, I think at this stage in the game, the change to this change, instead of the old percentage version I was using, is actually more powerful. You can see that my production has gone down for these two places though quite a bit because of Vox Populi. Maybe a small bit because of loss of percentage. But in most areas, I think this has actually gone up, my stuff, by a very small amount. I think my dust went up about 100 credits or something. Is very similar to what it was. Science has gone up a tiny bit, probably in the hundreds. The food has gone up a bit more because there's less of that, so the percentage amount wasn't giving me as much, I think. And the big change is actually to influence. I'm getting a heck of a lot more influence than I was. I think about 700 more influence than we left off last video. So overall, I'm probably a bit stronger for these changes apart from in industry. The other thing I should mention at the start of this video is a mistake I made. Someone brought it to my attention in the comments. I basically enacted a religious law. And of course, with our main quest, I can't have religious laws or it stops the progress. So I've basically delayed my progress on that for the last 4 turns, I think, maybe 3-4 turns. So I'm definitely going to be kicking out that law at the start of this video. That was a definite mistake. I don't know how what the next part of the main quest is. It could be rubbish and not worth getting at all, but I don't know because I've never done it yet. So I can't have a religious law, and to be honest, the religious laws are probably what I want to use at the moment. I don't think I have enough approval possibly to use that. I'm not 100% sure. I should have checked before I started recording. I'm going to pick that though, get a tiny bit off my ship amount. Yeah, I really need to start getting a lot of ships out, actually, because yeah, Lumeris are imminent on economic victory. I could have, well, I think I got at least 20 to 40 turns before they'll get it. The sooner I get ships up there disrupting the dust collection by e.g. taking out trade network, the better basically. So I'm actually going to make a change to my tech as well at the start of this video. Now when I started this Let's Play, this tech didn't actually exist in the tech tree if I'm remembering correctly. I think that was a bug, so this is what maybe was fixed in the 1.0.25 patch. They brought this back in perhaps. So I'm actually going to pick this up because of that module. From memory, having a look at the Lumeris ships, they were using energy defense, so I might actually stick with missiles and start using that instead of the leeching thing. I'll put that there, get the medium hull for that next. Okay, and I am actually going to be making some changes to my combat ships coming up. When I loaded back into the game, I had this unwelcome message. So the Riftborn actually made this trade clearing bureau somewhere, which I believe basically is used to tax the marketplace. So let's do this combat anyway. Right, so I think there might be a ship coming in here, so I need something to attack. Leave something to attack. I've got a transfusion ship which does have some weapons. Let's take that one out as well. So that's got an action point left. That's 16, which isn't quite as much as I want, but that's the best I can do. The Leecher ships don't have any weapons on. Okay, I'm going to play to win here, basically trying to wipe out the entire fleet. If I was going to play it safe and just wanted to win the combat, I'd stick everything over here. But if I can wipe them out, I can siege this turn, and that's the aim basically. So I've got one rack over here, I think I've got the other one in the middle. I've got all my transfusion ships over here so they can't get targeted at all. And my wheel as well. So if I do lose a ton of ships here, yeah, I won't lose those. So all of these are vampires on one rack, I believe. Now I'm hoping they actually retreat here. We'll see. So I'm going to go for the damage as well instead of taking a loss on there. I think it's the better option since I don't have many weapons. Let's fight. Ah, they did stay. And they put two ships over there. That's probably going to work well in my favor, but it means they're not going to be able to shoot at those at any point. So it's just a case of have I got enough to take out that? I don't know. We'll see. Pretty damaged. Let's go into overview. If I can take this out in that flotilla out in the first combat round, it's going to be great. That rack's going to pick up a decent amount of damage. Right, that's down. Okay, this is looking really good. That cannot fire on that now, though, so they're wasted. So probably should have put them in the middle. At least 3 of those. But I've got 2 flotilla bonuses, and what you know, this looks like it's going to be comfortable. Yeah, so it's definitely, in my opinion, worthwhile putting weapons on these siege ships and even the transfusion ships as well, because they can take out decent fleets still. Okay, excellent. So there isn't a siege symbol here, but if I attack that civilian ship and get the dust, job done. Okay, so that's huge. I might invade next turn. Right, what is left? There's bits of movement there to do. And I've got a scout up here, let's use that. There's no fallen ship, I don't think I'll attack it. Let's get that. Right, Quadronix. Right, let's move you to there. I think that's within the borders. Humans, but I'll go for it. Okay, I was about to actually take a minute out to do my build list, but there's one more key movement I want to do before I do that. So this fleet, I was just going to stay here and leech for ages, but since I'm at war with the Riftborn, I may as well actually bring this fleet down and start leeching Mizar which I should be able to do this turn. I believe they actually took that off one of the United Planets factions, empires. So yeah, anyway, that's definitely in range, I believe. Now I hope by moving that fleet I'm not gonna get my leeches attacked, but we'll find out now. So let's bring that down. Okay, and I'm hoping there's nothing here. Right, some minor ships. There is something here, okay. Right, I'm glad. Oh, there's actually two things here. It won't stop me from leeching, actually, this. So that's fine. Let's attack. Okay, let's reorganize this a bit. Let's do power to shields. Rank 10s these have, so they're the newer ones. I'm going to be redesigning my ships after I've got the tech next turn. Yeah, that's fine. I won't watch this one. Let's fight. Okay. They tried to retreat and lost 2 ships. Oh, yeah, they grouped up as well. Automatically. That doesn't have much in the way of siege defense. I may even be able to siege it now, but I'm more interested in leeching actually. So let's group those up. Bring those down. And draw out some essence. Hopefully. Why can't I do that? You cannot raid this star system because its resource stock is empty. It's got 11 population. Okay, if I knew that was going to happen, I might not have actually moved those leeches down. I've no idea. That's really weird. I can move their back. I've got enough movement to move their back next turn if I need to, though. Okay, right, let's finally take a minute out to do the build list. Okay, so here is systems management for the turn. Didn't actually make many changes at all. I've put in a trade subsidiary there, and I've put them on arms for essence, those two. I could really do with money coming up, possibly for upgrades, I'm thinking. So maybe I should have done that, but since I wasn't making much essence this turn, I decided to, yeah, use arms for essence. I also invested a couple of times, maybe 3 times here this turn as well, just to get this trade company up a bit. Progress is being made on that one, and I'm making one heck of a lot of those resources per turn, which is great. I think I'm pretty much done for the turn finally, so let's end the turn. Right, so that should go to 10 this turn, hopefully. It was impossible for me to avoid the next election, basically, so although I had that religious law for a while, it wouldn't have prevented that from coming. Yeah, that's come up to 10. And you actually get the Academy quest on turn 100, it always seems to happen. This is one I've never actually completed because I've always won before, before finishing it. So the objective here is, in 20 turns, ensure that population from minor civilizations reaches 572 at minimum in the whole galaxy, and we're about halfway there. That's one heck of a hard quest to do, I think, and one which I can, well, one which I can't take part in, can I? Because I'm Vodyani. So let's close that.
Drink.
They're still friendly. Rival empires place a singularity on Neckar, so this isn't a Riftborn ability, so they're probably draining Fidzi from that, I believe. Has he got a different type? Ooh, wow. So the humans are requesting an alliance, and to be honest, I don't think I've even ever had an alliance in this game. Yeah, so I'm going to take this. I believe it affects the situation with victory as well, so it makes it a lot easier, and maybe Amplitude has to balance it, but I'm going to take it. So let's accept. Alliance update. Purin Aggressive Defense Treaty, supposedly, whatever that is. Name of your alliance.
Stop toying with the Empire.
And oh, does that mean I'm at war with them now? Because I accepted the alliance. I have to warn everyone who
Horatio's plans for this galaxy do not include your meddling and rudeness.
they were at war with as well. Okay, is that a big deal for me? Uh, Possibly. So I'm at war with 4 opponents now, but I do have an alliance. I think I'm fine with that, to be honest. So I might have to be a bit more careful with my arcs, though. So I should have got a ton of extra approval, and I believe I did. So probably didn't even need that amount. So I may change this back to the science one, which lowers approval coming up. And also, if we look at the victory screen, it should count the Sheridan's possessions as well. So yeah, I'm only 22 away from conquest victory because of that. Wow. This victory... Oh, the cost has gone up twice as much, which isn't good, so that's a lot harder to win now. Score and supremacy, I have 3 out of 8. They didn't actually... Oh, I think their capital counts. So that's 1 less capital I have to get now for supremacy by allying with them. So that's probably worthwhile just about. We found a neutron star up there. New resource type, Gossamer. Which I don't think it's very good. Orm has new population. I'm pretty sure I upgraded that place at some stage. Elections coming up next turn. This hero's got another level, and I may even be using him this turn. This guy's up to level 15, so I've got all the best stuff now. Just a question of what's left, and not a lot is left, I think, here of use. So, don't need capacity. I'll get that, is it? Right. Let's... So I'm at war with those guys now, I think. Which, frankly, I didn't really want to be. They may even be a threat to me. So let's have a word with them.
The Empire admires your nerve. What do you want?
So, if I were to truce out with this guy, would it force the other guy to truce out? I don't know. Right, looks like that might be a deal possible here. Yeah, would I break the alliance if I truce that? I don't know how it works. Okay, so research this turn. Defense modules, projectile module. Yeah, I want to be redesigning my ships this turn because of that. And we've also got the Hunter medium class ship now, but just won't be making that until I've got the upgrade, I think. Right, so I'm gonna go for that next. Let's... Oh, I think the reason maybe why I couldn't leech here, I mean, I was thinking maybe they could all be Riftborn on there and they're not biologicals, that's why you can't get Essence. But didn't they take that off one of the United Planet Empires? So you'd have thought there'd be non-Riftborn there, but I don't know. The leeches down here seem to be working, but maybe they do have biological life forms there, instead of robots. Who knows? Right, so let's redesign some of my ships this turn. So first things first, I want to redesign this. For the time being I'm going to keep with torpedoes, but I probably should be switching over to energy eventually because of my hero. So I'm making a big change here. I'm actually going to take off a movement module, and our movement modules are particularly good with the Vodyani, so the main quest reward is a bit of a bonus to health and vision. But I'm going to be using transfusion ships a lot more, I think. So there's 2 support modules there. Let's figure this out. So movement module. Right, I got 3 support modules. I'll put that one there. I'm actually going to use... Yeah, I want to use the new projectile thing I just picked up. So where is it? It's here. Okay, so I'm going to have one of those there. This doesn't use resources, which is pretty important since I lack them. Okay, so those are projectile damage, still using torpedo, so the damage should go up. Yeah, it is going up. This would be much better in combat. Apply design. So I'm probably going to have 3 transfusion ships per combat fleet, I'm thinking, at least 2. But each one of those adds 5 movement to the fleet, so 3 will give my fleet's movement of 18 at least, and I have 20 ships in the fleet now. So it's much better idea to do it at this stage, I think. Right, I won't design that one yet. The rack design, I think I will keep one of these movement things on here. I'm not sure how much I'm going to be using these rack ships coming up, to be honest. I may just switch over to the medium for my defense. But yeah, that's what it can look like at the moment. Okay, there's a UI bug at the moment with movement as well. So these ships aren't showing the correct amount while it's in the creation thing, showing more than it really has. So that's upgraded. I don't think I need to upgrade the wheel. Come to that in a bit. Yeah, transfusion ship, if you can't remember, it's got 5 of those. Okay, so that's the current ship designs. Let's move on. Ooh, I'm sure there was some there they are. Well, that's not good. Don't really have any protection there either. Right, let's move my ships on. Right, so what is here? There's proper fleets here, actually. Proper fleet. So, I did make a new arc here this, and I have an arc there as well. I could even put 2 arcs in the fleet to attack them. So that's something I'm considering doing. There's a fleet there I need to attack. I'm gonna have to move these off because they can't leech. So, but I probably want to actually invade that this turn. Right, let's start down here then. Okay, so I've got more command points now. Could do more ships. Right, let's put those racks in there. Let's attack. Right, assuming these are going to retreat. Alright, let's stick that over there. I think I'll go with barrage fire, just get the damage in. No, I probably got enough damage. Let's go powder shields. Oh, we'll have 2 over there. Right, let's fight. And yeah, they retreated. So 824. Let's invade. So I'm not gonna be able to leech here this turn, but I'll take this place. I don't actually have full manpower, which isn't good. I'm gonna do guerrilla. I really hope I take it this turn. I'm gonna be disappointed if I don't. Yes, that's taken. Okay. This, I have an arc here now, don't I? So this is a fast one as well. Let's bring this arc to here. So I should be able to grade all my ships there now because of that. Now we have the new Gano system. Why is that already in the list? Oh, because this arc was down here before, wasn't it? I was making stuff there, so that's why. Something I didn't actually realise that existed, because I haven't had an alliance before, is you get vetoes, supposedly. There's little icons here. I don't know how they work, though. Doesn't exactly give you a good indication. I've had a look to see what this guy will trade for, anyway. And it won't actually take all that much to get peace, and I think it's worthwhile at the time being. I don't want his fleet coming down towards me. So he'll take 65 dark glitter, I believe it was, if I can find it. So let's try this, and hopefully we won't get vetoed here, but I'm not sure how it works. So let's make an offer. Okay, so Truce Doctor, they're back to Weary. Right, so how's that affected things? Are we still in alliance? 3 wars going on, 2 cold, 1 truce. It appears the alliance has held. Right, so let's get back to some combat then. So I've got ships here that I probably need to upgrade. There's actually a decent... Oh, they retreated there. I don't have enough to attack everything there by the looks of it this turn. I've got a feeling I'm going to be moving them back there because I need to leech something. And I can't guarantee leeching off the Riftborn by the looks of it. So let's attack here. 16 ships. They're all leeches apart from the transfusion. I won't add any. Okay. Oh, Riftborn. Okay, expecting them to retreat. That's fine. Let's fight. What card was I using? Barrage. Probably fine. I should probably take out the turtle card since I'm never going to use it at the moment with my weapon selection. Okay, so yeah, I'll probably be moving that up there shortly. What do I need here? It's a pretty big fleet. I think I'm going to have to use 2 arcs maybe. So 1. Oops. It's buggy. Okay, it's a little bug there where I couldn't deselect a ship for some reason, but I seem to have gotten rid of it now by pressing escape and going into menus. So I think I've figured out what I'm doing now, just about. But there's a lot to do this turn. I actually want to build up a fleet here to go after Limeris this turn. First things first, I need to find a place to leech around here, preferably. So I think what I'm going to do is move a gouge out of here and bring it down to Novris just to see what's there. And I should be able to leech there as well, if well, yeah, let's see if I can leech. I'm hoping nothing is here. So I could really do with this up here for the combat, but finding a place to leech is important as well. So let's check this out. Right, that can leech. Excellent. So I think I'll be bringing this fleet down to here soon to leech there. And I can siege up and take it at my leisure as well then, whenever I decide I want it. So, and I can move up to there to leech in a bit, perhaps, anyway. The thing is, that's got a lot more population than that does, so that could be a long-term leech in place, hopefully. I'll just be sending all my leeches to there. I don't really want to be traipsing all my leeches up to Lumeris, frankly. I just bring vampires and combat fleets. Right, so that's fine there. Yeah, so those I'll be bringing around there. I think the transfusion ships I'm going to bring down here. There's some vampires, transfusion. Let's bring that to there. That to there. These vampires, let's bring those to there. And I think I should move these now, just in case they retreat down there and then attack them. Which, small chance maybe. So let's bring those down to there. Right. Those 3 ships can come up here. I am going to have to use 2 arcs by the looks of it. So if I wipe out that fleet, then I need something to take that out. What is question? So I've got to leave 1 ship. Oh, do I need to wipe that out this turn? I mean, it's debatable actually, but I wouldn't mind being able to. So I might not attack with the wheel. How good is it? 88, 89 is probably better than that thing, whatever it was. So let's group. I can upgrade these to the new designs. That's 158. So that is now that. Should be doing more damage. I won't. Oh, I can upgrade the rack as well, can't I? Okay. Won't upgrade that because it's damaged. So we'll group those with that arc. Now I'm going to have to unanchor that if I want it as part of combat. Right, how good is it? I'm tempted to stick more shields on my arcs as well. Because I've got more plates in at the moment, but I don't think I'll bother. Right, it's about as good as it can be at the moment. So let's unanchor. So I think I just lost my trade thing, but it should come back wherever I place the arc. So you could actually move your trade stuff around quite easily with a Vodyani, potentially. Which is one heck of a nice thing to be able to do, potentially. So let's attack with this. And hope this is a good idea now. So what are they? Was that one ship? 1600, jeez. Oh, that's projectile as well. Okay, I'm glad I didn't switch to energy there. If I lose an arc here, it'd be absolutely dreadful. Arc 18, arc 16. Let's hopefully put that there. Oh, they're using all 3 flotillas, which isn't good for me at all. Arc 18, arc 16. That's the new one. Let's stick rack 9 there. And have that in the middle. This is pretty important combat, isn't it? So I think we'll watch. I think I'll have barrage fire. Let's fight. How often do you get to see 2 arcs in combat? Well, sadly we didn't get to see it now because they retreated. Right. And I believe, sadly, I can't unembark this turn. Or anchor again, I should say. So, which... Oh, it's the arc... Which one are you? That's a good question. I can't remember which way round they are, which is kind of important. So... Right, I'll figure it out in a second. Right, what movement is left? I've got to reorganize these and probably upgrade them. Here, have I attacked with this turn? Yes, I have. Okay, I'm going to bring all of those. Then, which they're all leeches and transfusion. Yeah, let's bring all of those down to en route to here. I don't think you can leech off a hunting ground. No. Ooh. I can't actually attack those. I've already attacked with it this turn. Right, what I'm going to do now then is take a minute out to figure out which arc I need to bring down here. And I'm going to do my build list as well. So here is systems management this turn. I'm making a lot more ships this turn. I'm continuing to make some gouge ships here where that hero is. I'm actually going to be bringing my heroes, probably at least a couple of my seekers out next turn. Currently though, they need manpower here, so I need to take a turn out to do that before I start bringing them up to the Lumeris. Other than that, I'm making a ton of ships here on my best arc, all gouge and a few transfusion. The gouge ships actually have 2 modules for projectile defense and 1 for shield. Maybe I should switch that over, but I think I'll keep it because the racks are energy focused anyway, so and they get shot first. So perhaps if I came up against a heavy projectile fleet and I lost my racks, well, at least I would have some defense that's good against them then. Other than that, this turn I attack with the scout ship up here, and I probably shouldn't have because it looks like I'm not favourite because they have so much defense, but we'll see, I guess. Let's go barrage fire. He's only short, so he won't get to fire until the last phase anyway. Right, should be, I think that's probably incorrect. Yeah, I came out of that better. Actually, they retreated. There's a scout thing to do down there, so I want to bring that down if possible. I think I also brought an arc down as well. Let's come down here. There's the remains of a fleet that retreated down there here. I'll have to tank that next turn. I think That gouge is gonna keep there until the hunting ground goes, so maybe longer. I had to look in diplomacy as well with this thing for the alliance as well. Well, I think how it works is you get two choices. You can select one peace option and one aggressive option. So with these, I've selected the peace option, and you can see there's a tooltip. So I want our alliance to maintain peace against those. And for the aggressive option, I've decided to go with Lumeris for that. So I hope they don't go vetoing me declaring war on Lumeris, because I'd have to drop out the alliance, because I have to go to war with them. Right. Other than that, I don't think I spent any more money this turn. Yeah, I'm ready to end the turn if I'm not mistaken. I have enough money for the election, I believe. Better had. Let's end the turn. Okay, these turns are taking a bit longer now. Let's strong arm lobbying. So you could probably figure out how much each of these costs per colony, but I haven't figured out the exact amount yet. Right. Let's hope for the same result as last time then. Militarist again. Next step.